Have you ever wondered why most people stay stuck, never reaching their goals, while a small fraction breaks through and builds extraordinary lives? It's not luck, talent, or even resources. Wake up, work, scroll, sleep, repeat. Their dreams are buried under comfort and routine. They don't question the system, and they don't question themselves. They follow the crowd, not realizing that the crowd is often lost. But there's a hidden cost to this way of living. It's not just time you lose, it's your potential. It comes down to one thing: action. Right now, 90% of people who clicked on this video will leave before they finish watching. We live in a world designed to pull our attention in every direction. Social media, streaming, notifications, endless scrolling. Your time is being sold to the highest bidder. And while you're being entertained, someone else is being educated. While you're distracted, someone else is focused. That's the gap. That's where the 10% live. They'll miss the insight that could change their life. But you're still here, and that already puts you ahead. It tells you that your effort won't make a difference, that success is for other people, not you. But doubt can only survive in the absence of evidence. The moment you take action, you start to prove it wrong. The smallest step forward is still movement, and momentum is powerful. They fail, yes, but they fail forward. They understand that growth isn't a straight line. To show up, to commit, change doesn't come from information alone. It comes from application. So let this be the moment you stop consuming and start creating. Stop watching others, live your dreams, and start building your own. It's messy, frustrating, and at times, deeply uncomfortable. It whispers that you're not good enough, that you'll embarrass yourself, that people will laugh. But here's the secret: those fears are liars. The people you admire most, they felt those same fears. They just didn't let them win. But it's also rewarding. If you've ever achieved something you were proud of, you know it didn't come from staying in your comfort zone. Let's begin with a simple truth. Most people live on autopilot. Studies show that by the time the average person turns 30, they've stopped chasing big dreams. Not because they don't want more, but because they've accepted less. Maybe someone told them they weren't smart enough, or their past failures convinced them to play it safe. It comes down to three things: fear, distraction, and doubt. So they shrink their goals to fit their circumstances. But here's the truth: your circumstances should never define your ambition. The 10% understand this. They live intentionally. They read, they reflect, they take risks. So why do most people ignore this truth? Why do they avoid doing the hard work even when they know it's what they need? Fear is the loudest. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. Then there's distraction. Finally, doubt, the internal voice that questions if any of this even matters. You don't need a 5-year plan. You need 5 seconds of courage. 5 seconds to say yes. The question isn't, can I do this? The question is, will I? Think about this. Everything great in your life started with a decision to try, to begin, to not give up. And everything holding you back is a decision you're still making. They understand that mastery is built through repetition, so they show up daily. You can't microwave your dreams. You have to plant them, water them, and protect them from the weeds of negativity and doubt. And most importantly, you have to believe in them when no one else does, including yourself. They invest in themselves. They find mentors, they read books, they ask questions, they build systems, they make sacrifices. You feel it every time you settle, every time you scroll instead of start, every time you dream but don't do. That tension you feel, it's not weakness, it's your potential begging to be used. It's not even talent, it's decision. A decision to act, a decision to persist, a decision to show up even when it's hard, boring, or inconvenient. Not once, not when it's convenient, but daily, quietly, relentlessly. You're not settling for average. You're willing to listen, to learn, to grow, and that makes you dangerous. Dangerous to mediocrity, dangerous to doubt, dangerous to the limitations others try to put on you. And the beauty of it, you can make that decision today, right now, to procrastinate, to stay silent, to stay small. But you don't have to keep choosing that path. You can pivot. You can redefine yourself right now. The 10% aren't special. They aren't gifted. They're committed. They value progress over perfection. Because the truth is, nothing worth having comes without effort. So what separates the 10% from the 90%? It's not circumstances. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Create the moment. Create the energy. Create the opportunity. That's what the 10% do. And let's be honest, deep down you already know this. You know you're capable of more. So the next time you think about quitting, remember why you started. What you do with that power is up to you. The next time fear shows up, walk through it anyway. The next time doubt creeps in, drown it with action. Because every step you take toward your goals is a vote for the kind of person you want to become. You have more power than you realize, more strength than you've tapped into, more time than you use. Be the one who keeps going. Be the one who doesn't make excuses. Be the one who sets the example. Be the 10%, because at the end of the day, The difference between where you are and where you want to be is what you do consistently. So if you're still here, congratulations. You've already proven something powerful. You're not like most people. Now it's time to go from knowing to doing, from watching to working, from dreaming to becoming. Because the world doesn't need more spectators, it needs more creators, more leaders, more of the 10%. And if you've made it this far, you already know which side you're on.